Good morning, banana peppers. Ooh, that's like a different intro. I just woke up. Why do I have such incredible energy today at 9:47 a.m.? And I've technically been up since 7 because I almost said uploaded one video today. And that is a lie. I have already edited one video today. Anyway, you guys, today we're going to be talking about this freaking movie rating article, ranked. What do you call when you like put things in a list from 1 to 100? Movie ranking. Today we're going to be talking about Disney movies ranked because I have not been able to get this freaking article out of my mind. My dad told me about this like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago now, and it's one of those things that has just been irritating me ever since I saw this article that I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna come, we're gonna talk about it together. We're gonna see how you guys feel about Disney movies, if you care. Yeah, I think my dad saw this. You know how sometimes you like go on a normal like website, but then if you scroll all the way down, they get you with these insane clickbait articles that I think must be ads for the main website. And it'll be things like, literally sometimes I fall for them too, where it's like, you won't believe these 20 child celebrities and what they look like now. And it's like just crazy clickbait that like no normal human can resist. So I'm sure that that's how my dad saw this, because I've never heard of a website called SF Gate in my life. But maybe if you're a San Francisco banana pepper, maybe you've heard of this, because it's literally the San Francisco Chronicle. So my dad reads the Houston Chronicle all the time. And so I'm not sure if maybe it's like a sister news website, because they both have the name Chronicle in it. Jumping to conclusions. This guy spends like 5 years or so watching and ranking every single Disney film that's ever been made. And I guess they mean Disney and Pixar. Although I have to say, I'm like kind of right off the bat freaking annoyed with this, because none of the Studio Ghibli films are on here at all, which, especially like in my adult life, those are probably far and away my favorite Disney films. I'm annoyed that they're omitted, but also, it does just seem like how Disney is like, The Simpsons, we own them now. Because I think like Spirited Away and like most Studio Ghibli films, I think were made before Disney purchased Studio Ghibli. So I don't know. I guess they're not technically Disney films. How do we feel about this? I don't know. And I know that they're all now streaming on HBO's streaming service, which is really confusing to me, because why are they not streaming on Disney Plus? And then it's like every time I go to Disney, when we go to Epcot in the Japan pavilion, there's like tons of Studio Ghibli merch. So it's just what? I don't know. Yeah, like I said, this guy spent like 5 years, and I guess he has 2 daughters, so they spent like the last 5 years watching like a Disney movie a week or something. Do you want to know? Can you guess? Can you guess what film they put as dead last in this? Just if you had to guess, what's the worst Disney film of all time that you could think of? Because is it freaking Fantasia? Is it Fantasia? Because that's what that's what they ranked last. And you know what their commentary was? Nope. Like, I feel like Fantasia was one of Walt Disney's favorite projects. That man is probably spiraling in his grave right now to know that any critic ever just completely disregards Fantasia. And then Fantasia 2000, they put at like 106. Now, it has been a hot freaking minute since I've watched Fantasia. But when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Fantasia. Now, I hate to admit, my favorite part of Fantasia was definitely the devil part. The devil on the mountain part. Now, I don't think I was like particularly fond of Beelzebub himself, but he had these little minions that were skeletons on fire. And if there's something that I've had a lifelong, inexplicable obsession with, it is skeletons and skulls. I know we've had this conversation a lot. I was just born, sprung from the womb obsessed with skeletons and skulls. And so I remember that was just such fanciful fantasy for me in Fantasia to see the flaming skull skeleton people. I always called them skulls when I was a kid, not skeletons, skulls. Just dancing on fire. It was like, oh, a thing of my imagination. So I literally, but do you know what I'm saying? Like, to spend 5 years ranking films and your only commentary for Fantasia is nope. Doesn't that just feel like you literally went to college, you know, got a master's degree, spent all this time writing a thesis, then you just turn it in 5 years later? It's just nope written in like big Sharpie. I am gonna link this article down below for you guys so that you too can be tortured by the madness of this ranking system for the next 2 weeks. Or maybe you don't care. I don't know. I feel like I am just like passionate about Disney, even though I will admit I love the theme parks way more than probably any of the films ever. I feel like the things that I like are the super old weird things that probably Walt Disney himself did. Like, truthfully, if you sat me down and you were like, hey, you can only watch one Disney film for the rest of your life, I would probably pick The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, which is like The Wind in the Willows and The Legend of Sleepy Hollow condensed and animated. And I do think Walt Disney did that. I think that that was like a project done while he was alive, and that gets such a bad rating in here. Let me see where Frankenweenie 92. Frankenweenie all the way down there. Oh, Hunchback of Notre Dome was 105, which I have to admit, that is like, I don't know, that one like kind of felt weird to me when I was a kid. As we scroll to find where they ranked Ichabod and Mr. Toad, we can go ahead and say how they ranked my probably second favorite Disney movie of all time, The Great Mouse Detective, at number 84. Vincent Price sings a whole song in that film. How are you going to rank that 84? Although I feel like that is definitely one of the most looked over Disney films of all time, because anytime I bring that up as one of my favorites, people most of the time are genuinely like, what are you talking about? Emperor's New Groove, they rated at 81. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Pretty sure that's the first film that Walt Disney ever did. First full-length film. Number 79. Why? Yes, and then it's Ichabod and Mr. Toad. 78. Why? They ranked Mars Needs Moms above that. I don't even know what that is. Pinocchio, 69. A Bug's Life, 68. Bambi, 67. Then James and the Giant Peach, 66. The Nightmare Before Christmas, 60. See, I feel like these are people that really like the Pixar films because they definitely ranked those like super high versus the more classic Disney films they rated super low, which I know I'm about to say some controversial stuff here probably, but I really do not like most Pixar movies. To me, they're just kind of like emotionally manipulative. Maybe I'm just a big baby, but like, do you know what I'm saying? I feel like the classic Disney films and the films that I grew up with in the 90s, which probably people like me, like I think of those movies that I grew up with as the golden era. I don't know, maybe that's why people are more partial to like Pixar and stuff now, because it's like the next generation's golden era. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just biased, but I feel like those stories just focused more on like adventure and plot and like not a lot of real like tear-jerking stuff. I feel like every Pixar film, especially like the more they go along, it's just like how many times can they make you cry? I don't like that. I like adventure. Do you know what I'm saying? I like Peter Pan. Nobody cries in Peter Pan, okay? They're battling Captain Hook. There is no time for crying. Also, I don't see Hook on this list. Is that not a Disney film somehow? Up, literally. I went to go see that movie with my dad, and I had to get up and go to the bathroom at the movie theater because I was crying so much. I was genuinely embarrassed. Now that's probably like particularly tear-jerking for me because it does remind me of my grandpa, but even the Toy Stories, you guys, don't you feel like the Toy Stories have gotten progressively more sad with every year that passes? Like, I feel like the first Toy Story was more of like an adventure kind of film. And then it's just literally like, we're about to be incinerated. Andy doesn't love us anymore. Do you see what I'm saying here? I don't know. I don't like that kind of stuff. Lilo and Stitch is 51. Finding Dory is 50. Coco is 49. Monsters, Inc. is 47. Like, how are you gonna do that? I don't know. Also, I don't see Pirates of the Caribbean on here, which isn't that kind of weird? Or you know what? This is just animated. That's why. That's why Hook would not be on here too. Frozen 2. Which I have to admit, I haven't seen Frozen 1 or 2 all the way through. I certainly haven't seen Frozen 2 because I haven't seen Frozen 1 all the way through. Okay, 33 is Pocahontas. 101 Dalmatians is 32. Rescuers Down Under is 31. Princess and the Frog, I love that one. That's 29. I mean, at least that's like somewhat above the fold of this list, let's say. Cinderella is 26. Do you see what I'm saying? I'll tell you the number one. Can you guess the number one rating here? Because if you guessed WALL-E, freaking WALL-E. Maybe I'm being a jerk. I didn't like that one. I wasn't crazy about WALL-E. Okay, they did rank Peter Pan as number 2, which I can see that. I love Peter Pan. Toy Story is number 3. Aladdin is number 4. Lion King is 5. Big Hero 6. No thank you. That's number 6. Frozen is 7. Monsters University, which I don't think I've seen Monsters University either. That's number 8. Robin Hood was number 9. And 10 was Beauty and the Beast. 11 is Little Mermaid. Now I'm just reading a freaking list. But like, do you see what I'm dealing with here? It's not that big of a deal. Oh, they put Mulan as number 16. I don't know. Now I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch all the Disney animated films and rank them. But I feel like that would be like really hard when you get to the Studio Ghibli films. Because I feel like we've talked about that before. Does anybody else just have trouble ranking which Studio Ghibli film is actually the best? I would probably have to pick Spirited Away as my absolute favorite. But I do love Kiki's Delivery Service as well. And I love to put on Totoro when I go to sleep. It is not that heavy in plot, but I feel like it's like rich in animation and design. Look, I sound like a film critic already. I would probably pick Spirited Away because I freaking love, I call him Hammy. That is not the character's name at all. I'm trying to remember. Oh, Bo. That's his actual name. Bo Mouse. Just let me know your own Disney rankings, I guess, down below. Like, what is your favorite Disney movie? If it's WALL-E too, I'm sorry. Or if it's like Up or something, or Frozen. I feel like I just like kind of crapped on all of the Pixar movies. But I don't know. I just like, I genuinely remember things like Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast. It seemed like they were putting out like a huge Disney blockbuster every single year when I was growing up. And I do just feel kind of sad that they literally don't do that anymore. Why do they not do that anymore? I mean, Star Wars and everything is great and all, but like, why not any like kind of traditional, I guess, like fairy tale kind of story? Is nobody into that anymore? Is that why they're not doing this? But I remember literally every year my parents would take me to see like whatever in the movie theater was like the new big Disney movie. And probably Little Mermaid was the first one that I really remember because I think that movie came out in like 1989. So I was quite young. Oh my gosh, you guys. The allergies are crazy here right now. So if my eyes look like I have scratched them out of my skull, it's because I have. Like every day on our phones, we get this like weather or like climate advisory warning or something where it's like air quality really bad. Don't breathe if you don't have to. I'm trying to think, what were the other Disney princessy kind of films that came out in the 90s? We did get Hunchback of Notre Dom, like I said. I feel like that was kind of like more as I was like growing up, which is the same as like Hercules. I don't know if we saw actual Hercules in the movie theater, which is crazy because I feel like I really like that one, but I definitely did not watch that one until I was a little bit older. Same with Emperor's New Groove. I saw that one for the first time probably about like 5 years ago. So right when this guy started making his list. Anyway, you guys, I don't know. I probably just felt like talking about Disney today because I really do miss Disney World. We were supposed to go in April, I think. Or maybe like April, part of May. It was supposed to be really recent, and we obviously did not go. I think that they're about to reopen up the parks in July, although it seems to be a very confusing situation. I don't know who is actually going to be able to go there, except for people that live in the area, like maybe like pass holders that like live around Orlando, because they're reopening the parks, I heard, but they're not reopening any of the hotels, and everybody's fast passes and restaurant bookings, they just like wiped them out a couple weeks ago. So any of our reservations, because we are technically going to be going in September for our Halloween trip, and all of our stuff just got like wiped out. So I mean, obviously, like we are not going to be going anyway. I just like, I personally, I don't know. Yeah, Disney World's a very busy place. I think they, like, I just had to tell you guys that. I think they just released though, like traffic statistics or whatever. And I think Disney World, Magic Kingdom, Disney World, that one particular park, like not Epcot or anything, I think they get like, what did they say? Like 20.9 million visitors every single year to Disney World, Magic Kingdom. But, yeah, so like, I don't know what's going to be going on though, because the parks are going to be open in July, but not any of the hotels. So that to me just creates like exponential crazy problems, because you know how you get to the parks is usually like the Disney bus transportation, but those take you to and from the Disney hotels. So I'm like, are they not going to be running the buses? Like, you guys, I cannot imagine what a conundrum all of the brains at Disney right now are having to like sit down and try and like rework and reformulate everything. No, I miss all things Disney. So I guess maybe that's why this article was like particularly burning into my brain. But I'd like to hear from you guys. Let me know really, like, what do you think is the best and worst Disney movies? My worst one would probably be Up if I had to pick one. It's just too depressing. It's just too sad. I don't want to think about the fragility of old age. We'll find out when we get there, if we make it that far. I don't need to watch that now. And like I said, my favorite one would probably be the one that no one else in the world would pick, which I just love. I've always loved Sleepy Hollow my whole life. Why can I not get this sentence out? I've always loved Sleepy Hollow my whole life. You guys, I used to watch just the Sleepy Hollow half. I had it on VHS when I was a kid, and I would watch that every day when I got home from school. Like, probably, I don't even want to know how many years I did that, but for several years it was like my after school routine. I would get home and watch Ichabod. I guess it's called The Adventures of Ichabod. It's technically Sleepy Hollow. And then I feel like older in life, I have loved Mr. Toad. Like, I feel if I was a Disney character, I'd probably be Mr. Toad. Would I be Mr. Toad? I'd probably be Mr. Toad. Just turn myself into a frog. Anyway, you guys, I have been rambling way too long, but it was nice to just come and sit and have a nice good old-fashioned tea vlog as I wake up and start for the day and try and get hydrated and try and defeat the terrible allergies. I think I'm spending too much time outside, you guys, but the weather has been very nice. Just air quality is not there. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thank you guys so much for hanging out today and for watching. I cannot wait to read you guys' movie rankings in the comments down below. If you're not already and you'd like to be, hit the button down below, subscribe, become a member of the Banana Peppers Squad today. I love you guys so much, and I will see y'all again very soon. Bye!